It's a good question. I would say I was not in desperation mode when I went to the 43 car. I was in the outlook I had was to build. I knew last year was going to be a tough year, and I think there was some really high hopes in the 43 camp that last year was going to be, a magic year. And I'm like, man, I'd love to say I can plug in and just make this car win races, but it just doesn't happen like that. And coming in, I knew it was going to take time to build. I was fortunate to have been with a winning organization and have won races in Cup and know what it takes was a big help for sure in coming into RPM at the time and now Petty GMS. But yeah, was there times when I doubted it? Probably. I remember you're not supposed to tell everybody what you're doing, but my close friends, right? I called them and said, hey, this is what I'm doing. Signed this deal with the 43 car. And, I could tell them that you can tell in your close friends' voices, right? When they're like, oh, yeah, that's good, man. I'm happy for you. And I'm sitting there on the phone. I'm like, yeah. And I actually was talking to one of them the other week, and he's like, I was really nervous when you first told me about this deal, and to see what you guys have done this year has really, proved me wrong. And so, yeah, there's some nerves in there at times, right? And I think the big thing for me, I never doubted myself, man. I was never found myself in a bad place. Sure, I was disappointed at times last year, absolutely. But never, I cannot say there was one time where I thought, man, I just can't do this. Yeah, they're fast, right? They're always fast, and I had plenty of fast cars when I was with them. But, yeah, it was funny. At one point, we were in the top 5 with 4 other, JGR cars. And so I was kind of laughing, but it's cool to get to go up there and race against those guys. And, at the end of the day, they gave me a great home for whatever it was, 3 years. And I had a great time there. I learned a ton. And what I've learned there is what I've brought with me to this camp the last 2 years. And without that experience, I don't know that we would have ever built to this point, to be totally honest with you. So I'm always thankful for what they did for me in my career early on through trucks, Xfinity, early in Cup. And like I totally believe that without them, I wouldn't have been at this point. But, yeah, it was kind of funny, getting to go up against those guys at the end. And when Kyle was sitting in front of me before he blew up, I was like, man, it's just like 3 years ago, raced against you for this one last time. And I was hoping to get to do it again. And, Kyle has meant a lot to my career, so I was looking forward to getting to go up against him.